Okay, I want to show a couple of changes that have been made to the site diagramming function of the UST Inspector application. So the first function is the background sizing function. So if I pick an image, now if I'm in the background mode and I click on the background, I can drag and move the background to the location where I want it. So I can also zoom into that background, and maybe I want to position the tank pad and the canopy such that I've got this big view of them, so I can have a very zoomed in diagram. Or you can zoom out and get more of the facility and the road, and if there's other environmental interests, that might be appropriate. The other functionality I wanted to show was the rotating of shapes, where previously you could only rotate shapes by using this rotate function. And once a shape was rotated, it was very difficult to size or move that shape. Now the rotation function, or the sizing and moving functions, have rotated with the image, or the object. So now in the top left you'll find the moving option. In the bottom right you'll find the sizing option, and the new feature is this ability to now rotate using the mouse. So you can click right to the top right of that item and rotate it however you want, and then even though it's rotated, it's still easy to move it and size it. And any rectangular shape can now be rotated. So if this building, we wanted to size it like this to fit the size of that building, we can rotate it more simply to be oriented the same way as the building that we're seeing in the background here. Another thing that's changed is the ability to have, for instance, a tank sump or a tank fill, and have it be a little smaller than it's been in the past, such that it'll fit on a tank that's drawn small. So for this diagram, that you'd probably want the image to be a little larger, so it wouldn't be an issue. But for a smaller tank, we were having problems positioning those fills in any kind of circular shape on top of the tank, so it should be simpler now. Another function that I wanted to discuss was, I think folks are having problems getting images into the software, so I'm going to show how to go about getting a image off the internet into the software. So for example, we'll take a look at this site. This site has GPS coordinates, and so we can just choose the map function. If the site doesn't have GPS coordinates, you can type in the address in Google Maps or Bing Maps in order to find it. So if we get over to here, I'm zooming in here with the wheel on the mouse in order to zoom in and zoom out, but you can also use these items over here. What you might want to do is get the browser into a full screen mode so you can have a bigger picture of that site. And right now, I guess by default, the browser or Google Maps is showing us the image at a 45-degree angle. An overview map would be probably more accurate. In this case, it looks like the overview map isn't as crisp and as detailed as the 45-degree map. So I guess in this case we'll use the 45-degree map. In either case, both maps will be oriented north. So now once you've got on the screen what you want to have in the UST Inspector application, the trick is to hit the Alt button and then hit Print Screen on your keyboard. And then you can switch over to you close out of this or switch over to the inspection application, get back to the diagram, and go to the background function and choose Paste. And that will copy, the Alt Print Screen is taking the image from the browser, putting it on the clipboard, and then this Paste function is pasting it into the application. And now with the new sizing and positioning and sizing features, it's be easier to get a good overview diagram so that we can draw a good diagram of the site. So those are the two things that I wanted to show as far as enhancements to the UST Inspector site diagram function.